Hello besties! Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far, and today we are going to talk about June 2024 releases. It's crazy to me that I am going to talk about these books already, but I'm trying not to think about it too much, alright? I have gathered a list of fantasy books. There are urban fantasy and fantasy YA and adult. We have some mystery thrillers. We have some contemporary romance, YA and adult. We have a mix of everything in the upcoming month. So without further ado, let's get started with the first book, which is one of my most anticipated releases of next month, because when I saw the cover of this book, I was like, I need it. I don't care. I need to read it and I want to love it so much. It is called The God and The Gumiho, and look at that cover. It is so beautiful. It is giving manga vibes and I love the artwork so much. And this is an adult urban fantasy in which we are following a fallen god who has a chance at redemption, and a Gumiho, which is the nine-tailed fox in the Korean mythology. They are known for being able to transform into beautiful women and seduce men and lure them into their deaths by eating their heart or liver, which is not disgusting at all. And they are going to team up together to track down a demon who is, I think, threatening to bring the end of Earth. And this is going to release on June 4th. Next up, I wanted to mention this as a reminder because believe me when I say you need this book in your life. It is the Hodderscape Vault Edition reprint of Belladonna, the new cover, and this is going to release on June 11th. If you haven't pre-ordered this book yet, I highly recommend you do right now. Next up is an adult romantasy. It is called The Eclipsed Crown, and this is going to be book 1 in a series. And the story of this book revolves around two kingdoms that want to forge peace by marrying the prince of one kingdom to the queen of the other. This has dark magic, political intrigue, enemies to lovers with a rich world building with morally gray characters. And the arc of this book got a lot of positive reviews. I'm personally so excited for this release. This is expected to release in June 21st. Next up is a book that I heard about a lot on Instagram. It is called Of Jade and Dragons. This is a YA silkpunk fantasy, and in this book we follow our main female protagonist when she witnessed the murder of her father, and she sets off to seek justice, and the only thing that she has to track down the murderer is the jade pendant that she snatched from him. And what she does is that she disguises into a boy to enter the very prestigious engineering guild because her father was a very talented and very known engineer, and I think this has some kind of relation to finding the murderer. And she ends up allying with the prince to get through the trials of the guild. This is going to release on June 18th. Next up, we have the finale of the Legends of Thezmarr series by Helen Scheuerer. It is called Shadow and Storms. This is an adult romantasy that I have been dying to read, and I really want to get to it. The first book of the series is called Blood and Steel. I have talked about it before in my top indie fantasy books, and the expected publication date for this one is June 20th. Next up, we have a mystery thriller that I'm so excited for by Riley Sager. It is called Middle of the Night. All I know about this book is that we follow a man. His name is Ethan. He's 40 years old. And when he was a child, when he was 10, he had a camping night with his best friend and neighbor at that time in their backyard. And when they woke up in the morning, Ethan found out that his best friend went missing and they didn't find him since then. And now Ethan is back into his hometown where he starts to notice some strange things that happened during the night in his childhood home. And that's all that I know about this book. I didn't want to read more from the synopsis. So yeah, I'm so excited for this one. And this is going to release on June 18th. Definitely going to read this one. Next up is another mystery thriller, this time by Lucy Foley. It is called The Midnight Feast. This book takes place in a luxurious spa hotel where people go to relax and get pampered, but the thing that the guests do not know about is that the hotel has a dark past. This book was described as a twisty, locked room murder mystery. And this makes me even more intrigued to read it. This is going to release on June 18th. Next up, we have the newest adult STEM romance by ALI HAZELWOOD. This is her second release of the year. It is called Not in Love. We follow Rue, who works as a biotech engineer in a startup food company, and she finally feels like she found her dream job and she's finally stable and happy. And then Eli's corporation, Eli is the main male character, wants to take over the startup because it was doing so good. This is Enemies with Benefit, and people who received the arc are loving it, saying that it is very romantic and steamy with a lot of angst. I'm definitely going to read this one. This is going to release on June 11th. Next up, we have Leather and Lark. This is the second book in the Ruinous Love Trilogy. The first book being Butcher and Blackbird. I need to read this book. Everyone keeps talking about it and I really need to read it. The first book, I think, is about two serial killers who kill serial killers, and it is like a dark rom-com. I really want to start this series. And the second book is pitched as a hate to love dark romantic comedy packed with danger, chaos, and heat, and this is going to release on June 4th. Next up is an adult urban fantasy. It is called The Wren in the Holy Library. I talked about this book before in one of my special edition books that you can buy with no subscription, because the first print run is a special limited edition of this book, and it is published by Red Tower Books. This is inspired by the Beauty and the Beast, and you know how much I love Beauty and the Beast retellings. And the book is set in an alternate New York City where monsters rule. And the main female character is a talented thief, and she wants to break into the Holy Library where there is the truce treaty between monsters and humans, and she wants to break that treaty without knowing that the Holy Library is the home of a monster, and this is going to release on June 4th. Next, we have the second book in Rowan and Neil series by Rachel Lynn Solomon. It is called Past, Present, Future. This is an anticipated release for a lot of people. It is a YA contemporary romance, and this book is a dual POV where we follow our main characters navigating the challenges of keeping up with a long-distance relationship during their freshman year of college. And the author has mentioned that although they are in different states, the characters do spend a lot of time on page together. People who read the arc of this are saying that it is one of the best books they read this year, and that it explores more than the romantic aspect of the book. It explores the challenges of how to find yourself in a new place, and that it was filled with emotions. And this is going to release on June 4th. Next up, we have the newest release by the duo Christina Lauren. It is called Tangled Up in You, and it is the fourth book in their series Meant to Be. It is a series of standalone adult fairy tale retellings, and this book is pitched as a witty and deeply romantic modern reimagining of Disney's Tangled. We have a cross-country road trip filled with funny moments and humor, and forced proximity, and a grumpy sunshine pairing. And this is going to release on June 25th. Next up, we have the beautiful, beautiful book by Tessania Odette. It is called A Rivalry of Hearts. This is going to be the first installment in her new series called Faithlings and Corset Strings. And this is, you can say, the Fae rom-com. It's an adult Fae rom-com. And I'm so excited to read this book. It's academic rivals to lovers and a steamy enemies with benefits between a smut author and an arrogant Fae poet who clash in a drunken bet over who can seduce the most lovers. As I said, I'm so excited about this release. I feel like this is so unique. I've never heard about like a fae rom-com, and this is going to release on June 12th. Next up is one of my most anticipated releases of next month. It is the sequel to The Curse of Saints. It is called The Curse of Sins. If you want to know more about the first book in this adult fantasy romance, The Curse of Saints, go watch my reading vlog about it. I will link it down below if you haven't yet, because I loved that book so much. And I also heard that the second book picks up right where we left off in the first book. And I love that so much because I need every detail. I need all the details about what is going to happen. And yeah, I'm so excited for this one. This is going to release on June 20th. And that was it for me today, book besties. Those were all the book releases that are coming in the next month. Let me know what books you are most excited for and leave me the sunflower emoji. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and share it with your family and friends, because that will help me out a lot. And don't forget to subscribe and join the beautiful, amazing community of book besties here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!